On today's episode of the DeRaud Messinger Show, we make our Week 2 Texas high school football picks. High school football fans, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. It's greatly appreciated. Now, Dylan, Week 1 went good and bad, depending on which one of us you favor more. Of course, guys, it's got to be me. I won't, have an argument about that. But, one team that did, Dylan, shock some viewers and, upset our picks, at least picks-wise. Longview dropping the ball to McKinney. I mean, Dylan, what do you think about that and all the other games from this past week?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I'm a Longview truther, and McKinney, squeaking out just by 2 points, but that is a very good win for them, and that's definitely one I got wrong as well, Devon. For me, hard hitting one, Grandview blowing the socks off of Glen Rose. I picked Glen Rose, you went Grandview, and I ate my words. So that was a big one. And then big news is Knox City toppling Westbrook, and we're
Huge.
big Westbrook fans. Pick them a lot. Ultimately
Yeah.
beat them by
Uh,
10 points.
I'm still on the
So that was
bandwagon, but
tough to
yeah.
see. Yeah, not done yet.
Well, there's some week 1 snippets if you didn't catch that. But week 2, I'm sure we'll have some interesting stuff. Starting off with a banger 6A, number 5, KATY at number 10, Humble ATASCOCITA. Now, Dylan, I'm a proud man, I must say. I don't like to admit when it takes me time to do things, but this pick took me a little bit of time because Atascocita is not the same old just, decent caliber team that they've been in years past. Lately, they've been, keeping up with some of the title caliber teams, such as a North Shore. And in this game, Dylan, Gary Joseph is still there. So I decided not to overthink it. I said they got, senior running back Ramel Jordan. Yes, Jordan. And senior wide receiver Oliver Ginn. Yet again, as he related to Ted Ginn, I don't know, that might upset Dylan. I don't want to mention too much about that. If he plays like Ted Ginn, though, easy game for KATY. But yet again, KATY's trying to, return to that title caliber team that they know they are and have been in just, years past. But yet again, Gary Joseph, still there. They haven't really fallen off, Dylan, so I'm not going to count this as a fall off. I think KATY wins this game, but it could be close.
Yeah, I actually really like Atascocita in this one. They beat Dickinson 46-21. They showed that they were a good team again this year with quarterback Zion Brown at the helm and running back Torrey Blaylock just running all over them. And when you watch the game, you're gonna be like, oh wow, Brown can run all over the field, but he's a good passer too, and that's why I like Atascocita here. I think he brings a better running dynamic than Gunnar Nelson does, as well as he can throw the ball almost just as well, if not better, right? So I'm gonna be going with Atascocita here. I know that it's tough to pick against KATY, but they're going into Atascocita here, and I like the home team in this one. And then our next one, then we have 5A D1, number 1 ALEDO
Oh
at
boy.
6A, number 9, Den Geyer. This is a tough one. Geyer just beat Rockwall Heath 42-14. They don't have Jackson Arnold from last year when they did also crush ALEDO in that one as well. But there's so much talent on this team, Devin, for Geyer. They'll always just kind of reload. I know ALEDO's it's a sneaky pick, right? Number 1 team out of the 5A D1 division. But just the talent that Geyer has, it's going to be tough, even with kind of quarterback questions with Logan McLaughlin kind of coming into the game, I believe, in the first or second quarter for Isaac Harney. I still like Geyer in this one.
Yeah, this is a tough one, as Dylan said. Without Jackson Arnold, definitely puts some major hesitation in terms of any sort of pick for Geyer until we have seen, some video evidence of what they've got going on brewing in that lab. But as Dylan said, Geyer showed up last weekend and just knocked the socks off of a, historically pretty good team. However, Dylan, I'm going to be drinking that Kool-Aid. It might be expired
Oh
after
no.
this game, but ALEDO, yet again, I always mispronounce the name, and my apologies. At least I assume I do. Maybe I should double check. But Haas Hedgeny, no, I got that right. Look at that. And running back Hawk Patrick Daniels. Anytime you get a three-parter name, Dylan, automatic win. That's just
That's fair.
science. And then Jaden Allen, the brother of Brian Allen Jr., the current Texas Longhorn. Those three led ALEDO to a championship last year, but as Dylan does mention, Geyer's in that big boy conference. You got the 6A classification versus a 5A D1, which doesn't sound like too much of a difference, but there is a decent-sized gap between those two at all times. Am I feeling too confident on this pick? No, especially after Geyer just destroyed ALEDO, I believe, is last year, Dylan. You could correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm going to vote on a sign of things have changed, and Hegemony at quarterback has really grown into his role, especially later last season, and just exploded absolutely in that title game. I'm not too confident in this one, being at Denton, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta shake it up. So I'm gonna go ALEDO. The bringer of joy for those Bearcats over here. But the next game, Dylan, this is even more tricky. This is probably out of the three. This is the hardest one I had for a couple of reasons. 6A, number 11, Cibolo Steel. At number 12, Lake Travis. Now, admittedly, yes, I was at the Lake Travis game last weekend. Do I have a family tie to the Lake Travis Cavs? I do. I must, admit all of my parties that are in this. But with that being said, Dylan, of course, offensive line on Lake Travis just looking great. No ties there. But
okay.
Jokes aside, they do have some talent on the offensive line. But the team didn't look too great last week, Dylan, if I'm being honest with you. First half, the offense wasn't really present. Second half, Nico Hamilton, who is their star player, really did kick it into gear, and they ended up, pulling out a late win after tying it up late and then getting lucky with, coaches might hate me for that, but getting lucky with a botched kick return by Arlington Martin that was recovered by Lake Travis, setting up Lake Travis for a victory, within the final minutes. I don't know if Cibolo Steel is going to put up, that same sort of fight against Lake Travis. I think it's going to be a step up against, what Martin proved to perform last weekend. And, Steel, yet again, forced. Dylan, I underlined it. I don't underline stats. I underlined this. Last weekend, I don't know if Max Preps is on some sort of substance, but Cibolo Steel forced 7 turnovers last weekend. This is going to be a tough game for Lake Travis. Is it impossible? No. I have them as a sleeper. They have a lot of experience and a good, blend of also youth. But I think for the time being, I say Steel gets this one. Do they meet again in the playoffs? I don't know. But I'm picking Steel.
Wow, the way you were trying to convince the audience, or even me, Devin, was going Lake Travis there. But yeah, if we're going purely off momentum, Cibolo Steel's the pick. I mean, they won 52-0 against the San Antonio Brennan team that they eked out a win over last year where it was close, right? So they got the win again, but then following up that, they beat Lake Travis as well last year. So there are certain signs that show just Cibolo's improvement. And if they've already beaten Lake Travis last year and this team is just getting better, especially with quarterback Chad Warner, man in the offense, I mean, this is a team that it's going to be tough to stop. If Lake Travis is having issues on offense, kind of just moving the ball or just on the defensive end, I don't foresee them winning this game, right? So I got Cibolo Steel kind of win this. I do think Lake Travis is going to put up a fight. They are the presumed favorite in this one at home, but Cibolo is just another beast at the moment. We'll see if that was just kind of a one-game fluke in a way, in the sense of just beating the brakes off of a team, but definitely got them winning this game.
No, exactly, and I think the guys at Dave Campbell's have seen that because Cibolo is ranked below Lake Travis entering the year, and through 1 week they just put them slightly above, giving us this pretty 11-12 matchup. But Dylan, you know what time it is? It's time for the lightning round. I got the lightning bolt back. Very, very happy times over here. But the first game being, we got number 2 and 5AD1 Lancaster at number 2 and 5AD2. How does that work? South Oak Cliff. Now, I know Sock, Dylan, tears for Devon, the Sock truther, let us down last weekend. But I'm picking this as a bounce back week.
Yeah, I got Lancaster on the road here, Devin. I mean, South Oak Cliff just got destroyed by Duncanville. Wasn't even close. And I don't think they're going to be bouncing back in this one with a team that's a division above them. So I got Lancaster. And then with our next one, we have 5A-D2, number 1, Melissa at 4A-D1, number 1, China Spring. Devin, this is the game that I wish I could go to. I have to find a way if I could even go. But this is definitely a game I'd want to be at. You know how much of a fan of China Springs I am. But this is going to be tough for me to do. But I'm going to be going with Melissa on the road here, Devin.
Oh, wow. You pulled the old trickaroo. Didn't know you had it in you. Melissa, after beating Argyle handedly, deserves some sort of credit. And I'm going to give him the credit here again with this pick in Melissa. But yet again, China Spring at home. That's a dangerous one. Next game we got 4AD2, number 10, Gilmer at 4AD1, number 9, Kilgore. This is a tough one. Historically, I would be picking Gilmer, but I'm going Kilgore at home.
Yeah, this is an interesting one because Gilmore lost last week and Kilgore also lost, but barely lost. I think it was like 3 point loss to Carthage, Devon, which isn't a small feat or so. So uh, they're looking good, but I will be going with Gilmer having a bounce back game this week. And then next one we have 3A D1 number 5 Malakoff at 3A D1 number 8 Grandview. And Devon, it's going to sound like I'm just going to keep picking against Grandview. I have nothing against them, but I'm going to be going with Malakoff on the road here.
Oh boy, I thought about it, but I'm sticking with my boys in Grandview. Next game we got 3AD1, number 7 Bushland at number 1 and 3AD2 Canadian. I got Canadian.
Yeah, I have Canadian as well. Next one, we have 2A D1 number 7 Crawford at 2A D1 number 6 Centerville. Devon, I believe I had Centerville as a sleeper in this division, so I will ultimately be going with them at home here.
I have Centerville as well. Next game we have 1AD1. Here's what Dylan's talking about. You got number 3 Jonesboro at number 5 Westbrook. It's too soon to give up on Westbrook. I got Westbrook.
Second game of the season. I still believe in Westbrook here. Next one, we have 1AD1 number 6 Rankin at 1AD1 number 9 Buena Vista. Devon, I have Rankin here.
I got Rankin as well. And then the last game, 1AD2, number 4 Klondike at number 3 Jayton. This was a tough one. I got Jayton though.
Yeah, I picked against Klondike last week. I'm going with them in this one.
All right.
It's going to be a close game, but I got Klondike on the road.
And more importantly than our picks, we want to hear what you're thinking, but also which game are you looking forward to watching most in week 2? Let us know down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and as always, have a great rest of your day.